The Strait of Hormuz, a name that resonates with strategic importance, is essentially a narrow strip of water. But don't let its simple description fool you. This waterway plays a pivotal role in global trade and energy security. Its geographical location makes it a critical choke point, influencing the flow of resources and impacting economies worldwide. It acts as a vital link, connecting the relatively enclosed waters of the Persian Gulf, a region rich in hydrocarbon resources, to the expansive Gulf of Oman and ultimately the vastness of the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean beyond. This connection is not just geographical, it's an economic artery. This strait is not very wide, a fact that amplifies its strategic significance. Its narrowness concentrates maritime traffic, making it both a vital passage and a potential bottleneck. In some places, at its narrowest points, it is just 21 miles across. This limited width means that the entire flow of maritime traffic is squeezed through a relatively small space. The strait acts like a doorway, a crucial gateway between the Persian Gulf, with its abundant energy resources, and the Arabian Sea, opening up access to global markets. Imagine a doorway that controls the flow of essential goods to countries around the world. Due to its critical function, many people call it a choke point, a term that highlights its vulnerability and importance. That means it is a narrow place, a geographically constrained area, where ships, including massive oil tankers and cargo vessels, must carefully and deliberately pass through. This concentration of traffic makes it a point of potential congestion and strategic concern. It is, without a doubt, one of the most important waterways in the world, a vital artery in the global trade network. Its significance extends far beyond the immediate region, impacting economies and influencing international relations on a global scale. Many countries, both those bordering the Persian Gulf and those far beyond, depend heavily on it for the efficient and reliable movement of goods, especially crude oil, liquefied natural gas, and other essential commodities. These resources fuel industries, power homes, and drive economies worldwide. Every single day, a staggering number of ships navigate through the Strait of Hormuz, creating a constant stream of maritime traffic. This continuous flow underscores the strait's crucial role in facilitating global commerce. They carry vast quantities of fuel, powering industries and transportation systems and other products ranging from consumer goods to raw materials to different countries across the globe. This makes the strait an indispensable link in the global supply chain. This all combines to make the strait a key spot, a critical node for world trade, influencing prices, impacting economies, and shaping international relations. Its continued smooth operation is essential for global stability and prosperity. The Strait of Hormuz sits between two countries. To the north is Iran, to the south is Oman. The United Arab Emirates is also close by. This area is at the edge of the Middle East. The Middle East is known for having much of the world's oil. The strait is the only sea path from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Because it is so narrow, ships must follow special paths. These are like invisible highways in the water. Ships travel in both directions, but space is tight. The location of the strait makes it very important. If something blocks the strait, ships cannot get through. This could cause big problems for many countries. Every day, hundreds of ships pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Most of these ships are oil tankers. They carry oil from the Middle East to the rest of the world. Some ships also carry liquefied natural gas, or LNG. This is gas that has been cooled down to a liquid. It is easier to ship this way. The strait is like a busy highway on water. Ships travel in lines following strict rules. This helps prevent accidents in the narrow space. If the strait were closed, oil and gas would be stuck. Prices could go up everywhere. That is why so many ships use this route every day. The Strait of Hormuz is famous because of oil and gas. About 1/5 of the world's oil passes through here. That is millions of barrels every single day. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates ship their oil through the strait. Without it, they would have a hard time selling oil to other countries. Natural gas also travels through the strait. Qatar, for example, is a big exporter of LNG. Most of its gas must go through the Strait of Hormuz to reach buyers. Because so much energy passes through, any problem in the strait can affect the whole world. If oil or gas cannot get out, prices might rise everywhere. So, several countries are close to the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is on the north side while Oman is on the south side. The UAE is just to the west. Iran is a big country with a long coastline along the strait. Oman controls part of the southern entrance and the UAE's ports are nearby. They export oil too. These countries, really care a lot about the strait. Their economies depend on oil and gas shipments, and they also worry about safety and security in the area. Other countries like Saudi Arabia and Iraq also use the strait. Even though they're not right next to it, their oil has to pass through to reach the world. The Strait of Hormuz has seen many problems over the years. Sometimes countries argue about who controls the waters. Iran and the United States often disagree about what happens in the strait. Iran has threatened to block the strait before. This usually happens when there are political fights or sanctions. Blocking the strait would hurt many countries, so it is a serious threat. There have been attacks on ships in the strait. Sometimes mines or small boats have damaged oil tankers. These events make people worry about safety. Because the strait is so important, many navies patrol the area. The United States, the United Kingdom, and others send ships to keep the waterway safe. In the past few years, the Strait of Hormuz has been in the news. In 2019, several oil tankers were attacked. These attacks made oil prices go up for a short time. Iran and the United States have had tense moments in the strait. Sometimes, ships from both countries get very close to each other. This can be dangerous and cause accidents. In 2024, there were reports of new drone sightings over the strait. Some ships had to change their routes for safety. These events show how quickly things can change. Whenever something happens in the strait, the world pays attention, news reports come quickly, and markets react fast. The Strait of Hormuz is not just important for the Middle East. It's a critical artery in the global economy, a narrow waterway with far-reaching consequences. Its strategic location makes it a vital choke point for the world's energy supply. Understanding its significance is crucial to grasping the complexities of international relations and global economics. We often think of regions in isolation, but the Strait of Hormuz reminds us how interconnected our world truly is. It matters to everyone. The flow of oil and gas through this strait directly impacts economies and livelihoods across the globe. From fueling vehicles to powering industries, the Strait of Hormuz plays a pivotal role in sustaining modern life. Disruptions to this flow can trigger economic instability and geopolitical tensions, highlighting its importance on the world stage. Many countries like the United States rely on the steady passage of energy resources through the Strait of Hormuz to meet their domestic needs. The U.S. economy, with its vast industrial base and consumer demand, is particularly sensitive to fluctuations in global energy prices. Access to affordable energy is essential for maintaining economic competitiveness and ensuring the well-being of American citizens. China, as the world's largest consumer of energy, has a significant stake in the stability of the Strait of Hormuz. Its booming economy and growing population require a constant and reliable supply of oil and gas. Any disruption to this supply could have severe consequences for China's economic growth and its ability to meet the energy demands of its citizens. And those in Europe also depend heavily on the Strait of Hormuz for their energy security. European nations with their advanced economies and high standards of living require a stable and affordable energy supply to maintain their prosperity. The Strait of Hormuz is a crucial link in the chain that connects Europe to the energy resources of the Middle East. Need oil and gas from this region. The Middle East holds a significant portion of the world's proven oil and gas reserves, making it a vital source of energy for many countries. The Strait of Hormuz serves as the primary gateway for these resources to reach global markets, underscoring its strategic importance. If the strait is blocked, whether due to conflict, political instability, or other unforeseen circumstances, energy supplies could be cut off, leading to a global energy crisis. The consequences of such a disruption would be far-reaching and could have a devastating impact on economies and societies around the world. This would make prices go up for gasoline, impacting consumers at the pump, and increasing the cost of transportation for businesses. Higher gasoline prices can also lead to inflation and reduce consumer spending, further dampening economic growth. Heating, especially during the colder months, placing a greater financial burden on households. The cost of heating homes can be a significant expense for many families, and a sudden increase in energy prices can make it difficult for them to make ends meet. And even food, as the cost of transporting agricultural products and operating farm machinery increases. The agricultural sector relies heavily on energy, and higher energy prices can translate into higher food prices for consumers. Factories could slow down as the cost of energy becomes a significant factor in their production expenses. Reduced production can lead to supply chain disruptions and shortages of essential goods. and jobs could be lost as businesses struggle to remain competitive in the face of rising energy costs. Unemployment can have a devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities. Because of this, the stability and security of the Strait of Hormuz are matters of global concern, requiring international cooperation to ensure its continued operation. Countries want the strait to stay open and safe, protecting the free flow of commerce and energy resources. They work together to watch over the area, conducting maritime patrols and maintaining a strong security presence. This collaborative effort is essential for deterring potential threats and ensuring the safety of navigation. This helps keep the flow of oil and gas steady, ensuring that energy resources can reach consumers and businesses around the world. Even people who do not live near the strait, or even in countries that directly import oil from the region, can feel its effects through global markets and interconnected economies. The ripple effects of any disruption in the Strait of Hormuz can be felt across the globe. That is why the world watches what happens here very closely, recognizing the Strait of Hormuz as a vital artery of the global economy and a key factor in international stability. Its importance cannot be overstated. The Strait of Hormuz, a seemingly small waterway, holds an outsized role on the global stage. Its strategic importance cannot be overstated. It acts as the crucial link, connecting the vast reserves and bustling ports of the Persian Gulf to the sprawling network of the rest of the world's oceans and trade routes. This narrow passage is the jugular vein of global commerce. Every single day, a staggering amount of resources flows through these waters. Millions upon millions of barrels of crude oil, the lifeblood of modern industry, are transported via massive tankers. And alongside the oil, vast quantities of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, are shipped to power homes and industries across the globe. These energy resources are essential for countless nations. The nations that border the Persian Gulf rely heavily on the Strait of Hormuz. Their economies are intricately linked to the continuous flow of goods and resources through this vital waterway. It's their gateway to the world. But the dependence on the Strait of Hormuz extends far beyond the immediate region. The rest of the world, particularly nations with high energy demands, relies on this choke point to fuel their economies and maintain their standards of living. Disruptions here can send shockwaves across the globe. Any instability, conflict, or disruption in this critical area has the potential to trigger a cascade of negative consequences, impacting energy prices, trade flows, and overall global economic stability. Any trouble here can cause problems everywhere. Recent events, including tanker seizures and heightened military presence, serve as stark reminders that the Strait of Hormuz remains a potential hotspot for geopolitical tension and maritime security concerns. However, when the Strait of Hormuz functions as it should, safe, secure, and open to all legitimate maritime traffic, the benefits are widespread and tangible. Global trade flourishes, energy supplies remain stable, and regional economies prosper. But when it is safe and open, everyone benefits. Given its pivotal role in the global energy market and international trade, maintaining stability in the Strait of Hormuz is not just a regional concern, it is a matter of paramount importance for the entire world. That is why stability in the Strait of Hormuz is so important. Therefore, ensuring the safety and security of navigation through the strait, through international cooperation and robust maritime security measures, is an ongoing imperative. In the end, keeping the strait safe helps to safeguard the intricate web of global commerce, ensuring the smooth flow of goods and resources that underpin the world economy. That is why leaders and people everywhere, from policymakers to everyday consumers, have a vested interest in what happens in the Strait of Hormuz. Its stability directly impacts their lives and livelihoods,